guys, it's Search Up Norris here again today. This time with a video over my favorite and carryable OTF knives. If you're not sure what they are out the front, which means that this knife doesn't have a blade slot on either side. It's got a mechanical butt. Two of these three knives will eject and retract with the use of a button. The third knife will eject, but you have to manually bring it back. This knife, the cheaper of the three, I'll begin with first. This is my Lightning. It is a budget knife off of Grindworx.com. At the time when I purchased this knife, it was $29 plus shipping, if I remember correctly. And I have seen them go on sale for close to $24. And it is a double action, in and out. Works well. It's a little noisy compared to the more expensive knives, but it's a good solid knife. It's got a clip, which I prefer. It does not have the window breaker on the bottom of it. And after packing, I kind of like that if I'm going to use it utilitarian use, because in my pocket and clipped, it doesn't scratch the back of my hand when I put my hand in my pocket for my wallet or my keys. This is my Microtech. Most of you know what a Microtech is. This one's a UTX 85 with a Tonto blade in Coyote Brown. This little knife is an awesome knife. It's very quiet operating other than the slam open and close. The button itself is perfectly stiff for my hand. It's got a little bit of resistance. I have tried this knife. Several people have tried this knife. And a few of the ladies who have tried it can't operate the button because of the stiffness. And that's fine with me, which kind of makes it a little more child safe. Because it is stiff. It's not something you're just going to accidentally pop on or off. This knife has a window breaker along with the clip. And this little clip actually has like a lanyard hole or something on the front side of it. And this one scratches my hand when in my pocket. It runs across the back of my hand. Next is my Paragon. This is out of Ashville, I think it is. Ashville Steel. Paragon. It has a lock button to lock the blade on or off. It's got a Tonto blade as well. It has this little cutout in it because that's the mechanism that drives it back. To retract this one, you must depress the button, use the little hook on the side, run it down till it clicks. The button just releases it from a lock position. With the lock up in safety, it won't actuate. This knife also has a clip for my pocket, which I love a clipped knife, but it doesn't have the window breaker, which is fine with me. And it's a quite nice knife. It's fast. It has a serrated edge. It's double bladed, top and bottom, sharp. It's got a contoured top and a flat back. Neat little design. Out of length, safety on, it is my longest OTF knife. I'll take a close-up shot of all three knives and go over them a little bit more. And we'll see if maybe you'd like to get one. And we'll go over some pricing and see if it's something in your budget as well. Okay, let's take a close-up look at these three knives. On the left is my Lightning from Grindworx.com. It is a fairly thick knife compared to the other two. Good quality build though. Nothing loose that rattles. It actuates quite smoothly. As you can see, it does have a logo. Let's see if I can get a little, there we go. Lightning. This knife runs, like I said, right around $30. It's a decent clip. I have found that the clip does get a little loose, but it's fairly tight for the most part. There you go, I moved it. Sharp edge for sure. It's definitely a very sharp knife. You can see a reflection in the edge, two-tone. This knife is the Paragon by Ashville Steel. You see the serrations. Nice looking knife. Tonto blade. Flat side. Nice dark clip to go along with that dark body. Safety up. The button won't depress fully. Safety down. It will depress so you can lock back this knife. And then eject again. It's a little noisy. The springs are a little loud in that, but this knife being kind of in the mid-range, I'm thinking you can get these knives for right around $175 if I'm not mistaken. And then we move over to the Microtech, which is kind of the creme de la creme of the OTF knives. Just a beautiful made knife. Got the Microtech logo on the clip. Nice blade. Very, very sharp knife. Like I said, this is a UTX 85. Smooth action the whole time. These knives run usually around $240 to $250. I have seen some of the UTX go way up at this length, closer to $300. But if you look at length comparisons, it's definitely the smallest body of the three knives. But it's got a good solid weight. I mean, it's heavy duty. The blade isn't hardly as thick as, say, the cheaper knife, but the quality of the metal makes up for that. Holds the edge really well. And Microtech does guarantee their product. I don't think you could sharpen these knives without voiding their warranty, but they will take them back and sharpen them for you. And I think it's just a matter of shipping cost, which is wonderful if they're going to guarantee their product. There's no guarantee at all on the $30 Lightning. So, you know, if you're going to sharpen it yourself, you'll probably lose the black paint. But for $30, an OTF knife, if it's legal in your state, this is like a 3-inch blade or better, maybe 3 1/4. Maybe not legal in some states. And same thing with this one, the Paragon. It's a long blade, but in my state it is legal, especially with concealed carrier, having a permit, that is. But they're all three wonderful packing knives. This has been my review of my 3 OTF knives that I pack. I hope that it's been slightly informative, more entertaining hopefully, and it gives you some ideas of what you might look forward to if you were planning on purchasing an OTF knife. For your entry models, I suggest getting online, checking like Grindworx.com. They are plentiful on there. Many different styles, colors, different blade options, and all pretty reasonably priced. I mean, you could go to your like local Walmart and get a folding pocket knife that would cost you, you know, $50, $60 pretty easily. And if you were just looking for something with a little, you know, a little something spicy, packing a Lightning, or I think there's another one that's it's got a Tonto blade instead of the regular blade like this. Can't remember the name of it, but for $30 and sometimes on sale for even cheaper, it's a good way to go. Then you can step into the middle of the road, like I said, with the Paragon. I think they're getting a little harder to find. This is an older knife, but you could still find them. Mostly, I believe you can find them used easier than anything, and they're a good knife. I mean, they're made in the USA, so that's a plus. Always try to buy American-made products if you can. And for the cost, it's a very nice knife. But then you step into the higher end of the OTF knives with the Microtechs, and this one being not hardly their entry level, but really close. A solid knife, and having the warranty of the product and just the feel in the hand when it ejects out and goes backwards compared to like the $30 knife. You get a slight ting or rattle with the cheaper housing on this versus the Microtech, which is just solid every time. I have yet to see this knife fail to eject. Whereas the cheaper knife, when I first got it, I had to oil it, of course. It seems like it was hanging up because of the paint on the housing of the handle. But that's fine. It's a $30 knife. But if it does ever come off track, it will just free float back and forward. And it's a pretty easy fix. Once it's out, just give it a little tug, and it will work again. And same thing with the Microtech. If you happen to not get it out, it will just free float back and forth. Just give it a little tug into place, and it'll function. With the Paragon, if it ceases to extend all the way without the button pushed, it depresses itself until it gets there. You might have your hand on the handle or something instead of holding it kind of in this direction. A little tug, locks into place. But it's been Sir Chuck Norris here again. Hope you liked my little overview of my knives. And if you have any questions or comments or need direction on to where to look for these knives, send me a message. Like and subscribe if you want.